Hi, Seekers. Welcome to Nomadness Life. It's Sunday. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. And if you'd like to become a member, links in the description. What do we got left? 4 days. Trying to turn this chat green. Like I said, I say it every month. Look at, we've already got green showing up. As to the question of which, hi, Marianne, which foodie is Chantal, really, I would have to say she showed who she really is when she dropped the mask and let the venom out. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Yeah. I mean, I think, in my opinion, when I look at this, I think she plays nice just to keep her channel. But I don't really think she is able to keep the charade up. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh, look at everybody. I love you all. She is off her rocker, right? I mean, honestly, you know, like after like the last, whatever, 48 hours, I don't know how long she's been, you know, spewing her venom. You've missed so much. Oh my God. Yeah. That's why we're going to do a little mirroring today. Why not? Her brain's a ping pong ball. I think, personally, she is a very miserable human being. Yeah, hubby's ribs still hurt. So, there's that. And oh my gosh, like, I need to just take my mind off with some stuff today. As you can tell. Never mind. Anyway, so I wanted to start with how we have come to the conclusion out of Foodie's own mouth. I prefer to use her mouth. I don't listen to chat rhetoric, right? Because I deep dive. I like to try and make sure that the words come out of the person's mouth. I don't play the shit. I don't like that. I don't like it in real life. I sure as hell ain't gonna play it online, you know? Just somebody says something and it's a fact. I have to go look. You know what I'm saying? I always have to go look. So I got this little nugget from Hectic Llama. Shout out always to the Hectic Llama. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And this kind of lets you know where we've come to the conclusion, Foodie, about Salah and his intentions. Now, I could sit here and play the whole Murad Allah live stream. You know what I'm saying? Where Murad said it was a 6-day marriage. Neither one of them want to be involved in you. And yes, you did invest in the business. I could play all that. But why? You know. Because you're supposed to be investing in their venture as soap makers in the Amazon. And they needed you to invest, and you did. The end, Foodie. And the reason I look at my screen is because I'm on an iPhone. It is one big screen. Or I'm looking at the chat. I'm always reading the chat. Over in here somewhere, where my finger is the actual camera. There's no light. There's nothing. I don't even look at it, nor do I give a shit. So if I look like I'm looking at myself, I probably am. I really don't care. I'm literally not with the film crew. You know, look up here at the light when you do your acting. No, I'm looking at my room, myself, and the chat. And when I turn the camera around, I'm looking actually at the computer. Why no family outings, Foodie? You don't even have to ask the questions. We got a lot of green in here. Oh my God, this is great. This is great. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, she struggles with herself and she dumps her shit on the internet. We know this about her. Literally, she doesn't even trigger me. She really don't. She used to. Like the cat thing really, that's a whole different ballgame. But her and FFG going at it, it just makes everybody uncomfortable, first of all. I mean, to literally have a knockdown, drag out fight on the YouTubes and call each other names. And I mean, I guess if that's your shtick. Now, I don't react to FFG, so she's her own thing. I react to Foodie Beauty. And I do not believe anymore that Foodie Beauty's on any sort of journey anymore. I really don't. I don't put like any faith in it. You know, I can still pray, but that's up to her. I just don't care because I'm not going to feel anything about it and get all, you know, what are you doing? No, because I already know the old saying, right? Never argue with an idiot. Nobody will be able to tell the difference. And that is the truth because that's what ends up happening. When people think that if they can scream and yell and rise, you know, like if their voice is louder and meaner, then they win. No, it's just, it is what it is. Kind of embarrassing, actually. Kind of embarrassing, actually. Because I was like, ooh. I am so glad that shit don't trigger me. Because, like I said, I have seen many years of people acting like that in the public. And I have always said, you know what? You know what? You can't make people think differently or act differently. You just sit back and watch or don't. Log off. Like I'm like, either take each other down and give us all some peace. Or log off. What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it is what it is. Everybody's like, you need to make this shirt. It is what it is. That is one of my go-tos in life too. Hey, it is what it is. As soon as you go live, the hubby wants to talk. Oh, of course, right? I know mine's been out painting stuff, right? And then I'm cleaning off my glasses and stuff to go live. And he comes in the door and I'm like, we watched the Lions game together. We're good. Yes, we can find someone else to laugh at. No, I'm gonna still follow Foodie's journey. I'm just not gonna get wrapped up in vile speech and hatred and anger or even like I would say like, don't I? It's all right. It's my shtick. Like, don't like it. Like, hey, our Lions won today. Of course, I expected them to win because the team we were playing was like 1-5. You told them you're on the phone. Good for you, Mrs. Mud Duck. So anyway, do you guys want to hear and come to your own conclusions of why she's over? Actually, I really think that everyone, including Allah, Murad, and Salah, are actually shocked that she showed up in Kuwait. Like, I really think that. I don't think they realized. They just wanted you to invest, Foodie. They didn't want you to bring your suitcase and your CPAP and show up. But here we are. And get all, you know what I mean? Hunkered down. But Allah and Murad were very clear when they say after their live stream, they want nothing to do with any of this. So I got a feeling, you know, we're talking about the banker, right? The businessman, and then the bait. We'll call Scatbot the bait, right? He goes out and does the recruiting. You know what I mean? Hello, ladies, kind of shit. So anyway, it's kind of humorous. It's definitely a gig. So they told her that they wanted to go bigger, right? Because they only sell their perfume sprays wholesale, no customers. Okay, whatever, Dollar Tree, whatever. This is all comedy, by the way. Foodie's the patsy. Oh, I forgot that part. Yes. So in order for them, get a load of this, to be able to like make this gig go big on Amazon, sell on Amazon, it's like a $6,000 investment, right? And, you know, she did invest. Thank you, Murad. But anyway, we already know this stuff. You can go find it. It's easy to find. All you got to do is put in Allah and Murad live stream. Mo Translate has it, by the way, fully translated for you, right? You're welcome. Anyway, so let's go to this point, okay? When Salah entered the scene in Chantal's life, not our life, Chantal's life. Oh, they'll never get rid of her. This is on Hectic Llama. You just put in Hectic Llama, Foodie Beauty, and you will find the channel. Okay, so, oh no, they want to go on Amazon, not that website. That website's been flagged as scam. So they want to go behind the scenes and go on Amazon. Everything is a hustle. I've told you that. There are people in certain countries, even in the United States, trying to always do a hustle. Always about the hustle. MLMs and all that. Okay, so let's make sure our volume's up. Okay. So as soon as Salah enters the scene, viewers suspected he was pursuing a relationship with Chantal because he wanted to come to Canada, which, by the way, Allah has confirmed. Here we go.
Anyways, I know you're gonna roll your eyes at me, but I am getting marriage propositions from desperate men who want to.
Don't you find it odd that all this started happening once Nader was done with you and moved on to Didi? You don't find it odd that maybe your info was leaked to a group? Just saying.
Citizenship, I know. You know, it doesn't help that I'm kind of pretty either.
No, it's not the married man. I've only known this guy for like 2 days.
2 days. She just said it. It's not the married man. I've only known this guy for 2 days. Listen to this.
And he wants to fly me out like next week and get married.
He wants to fly her out next week and get married. Yeah, they wrote her WhatsApp right on a bathroom wall. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, not to move here like for, like I said, like pretty much Lucy, maybe for like certain, like, yeah, he's gonna come back here with me then.
Is he? Is he gonna move to Canada with you?
Actually, I'm not gonna leave my husband, but we're gonna be like traveling and stuff and staying probably some months in hotter places, but we'll see. Will he eventually move to Canada? That is the plan.
That's the plan. I've always said I think Salah is married man's nephew. Because married man, when she said she wasn't going to see him anymore because her subscribers were getting disgusted with her, right? And she said she wasn't going to see him anymore because he's married. All of a sudden, he put his nephew on the phone to her. Yeah. And she said how young he was. Well, he's not that young. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. I always do that. I tap the wrong button.
I want, because for some time...
Oh, yeah. She's greened out the whole time when she was in Canada.
Like, maybe I would love to go somewhere, like, over there when it's winter. But I don't want to, like, live full-time because I don't want to lose my citizenship here.
You'll never lose your citizenship. Residency. My little scholar.
And I don't want to leave my family permanently, so, you know. Yeah, but even if he wants to come to Canada, I mean, doesn't mean he can't love me and be with me, right? Okay, so I'm gonna block Anya because she's dumb.
She's dumb. I'm not paying anybody like I paid Natter. What's wrong with you people? Oh my god, do I always have to be... God.
But being paid to marry, okay, whatever you want to believe, like paid to marry? What? Paid to marry? Okay. You don't think that sounds a little bit ridiculous, really?
No, I think you would have paid Natter to marry you. Absolutely. Because you love control of money over men. You love men that are less than.
Okay. Or like, oh, there's a property investment. I have to be paid to be married. Like, what? Like... That's the...
What was that again about property investment? Remember when she mentioned that? I don't have to work, I don't even have to do YouTube anymore. There's investments I can make. Oh, the Amazon one, 2 years later, still isn't a thing.
I have to be paid to be married. Like, what? Like... That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Does your mother find what you're doing is okay? No.
Does your mother find what you're doing okay? No. So your mom doesn't agree with any of this. Salah's family doesn't agree with any of this. Okie doke.
I know you people want this to be like a thing. You're all waiting for me to be scammed. You're all waiting for me to be romance scammed.
You've already been once. That's why. And that's why all of them people left you.
It's not going to happen. You just have to stay mad.
Okay.
He probably was specifically looking for a type of person.
When Aisha exposed Foodie's Telegram, Foodie couldn't buy a library card. Her credit shot. She was looking to rent a studio apartment in Montreal for her and Nader.
He's looking for something specific and I couldn't give it to him, so didn't have to be rude and block me about it. God.
Oh, Metin, the 19-year-old, right. Right.
I block you now. Bye. I'm specifically looking for a type of person. I'm attracted to Middle Eastern men. You know what I mean?
And he's attracted to Canada. Win-win.
He's interested in you. That's the one red flag. Name one reaction channel that's better.
Why do you do that? This is a theme of your life. You compare yourself. Like, let's just say you're gonna... Okay, so let's say you're morbidly obese. So you compare yourself to every fat person in the world, right? But the difference is you have diabetes. Like, anytime there's, like, something you need to do for yourself, you put up a roadblock because you got to compare yourself. Well, they get to eat a whole pizza. So should I. Like, this is what you do. It's insanity again. It's insanity.
What are you even talking about? I'm sorry, but again, I'm funny, I'm pretty. Not very humble by saying that, but I'm just saying, like, how do people, like, seriously, I could name you 10 things why people...
But why do you go on live streams and you're looking to talk to people, but you don't want to hear what they say? What is the point? You might as well just do what Amber Lynn does and just make vlogs about whatever it is that you feel the queen of, and then nobody will have an opinion. Because I really, like, even your own mom can't have an opinion. If she don't agree with something, or she wants to see you safe, and you are just so defiant. I don't even understand why you do live streams. You don't want to hear what anyone else has to say.
People would want to date me.
I think what they were saying is, you went and put a hijab on, and look at all the stuff you've done on the internet for years. Why would he want to marry you knowing all these things? Like, she just takes it immediately. Well, look at reaction channels. Like, she doesn't get it.
Mr. Friggin' Married was friggin' hooked. I had to block him everywhere.
Why would you even see a married man? And then go after Kybella for being single and reaching out to a fake married man. I don't see, your logic is illogical.
So what do I have going for me? Didn't give him a penny. He paid for the friggin' hotels every time.
The married man who just wanted a piece over in Canada and maybe be able to hook you into getting maybe his nephew over to Canada. I can't with her. Oh my God. His family, he probably was looking for a sponsor to get his family over, his wife and his kids.
So what? So what? Why did he get addicted then?
Oh, God. Oh, 40 years old. Oh, God, this is great.
Why are people giving me extra sauces?
Extra sauces. Can you imagine if a 400-pound woman pulled up in your drive-thru and ordered 20 chicken nuggets, right? I'm pretty sure you go, yeah, I'm going to throw some extra sauces in that bag or she'll be back.
It has to always be something sketchy. Like, oh, like, it has to be property investment. No, how about just the fact that people fall in love? Like, it happens.
In 48 hours? It's called 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, God. There it is. Look at these desperate women. Every single one of them.
Like, whatever. What have I got to offer?
Yes, please make a list. This is before she tucked the chins in.
What have you got to offer that I don't? Like,
What do you have to offer? None of us are trying to go to another country to bring somebody over. Like, do you even understand? Could you imagine? Let's just have a moment. What if she put in like 5 years? Okay, we're just doing the farthest hypothetical you could ever think of. Can you even imagine? Let's say she put in 5 years, right? 5 years. And they finally say, okay, you can bring him over, but you gotta financially back him for 3 years, right? You are responsible. You brought him here. You're responsible. And he does exactly what Michael did to Angela from 90 Day Fiancé. As soon as he got in this country, right, got a green card, he went and hid from her. That was gold. You know what I mean? That's exactly what would happen. Can you imagine the live streams we get?
Like, what I suppose that you got people are any better. What have I got to offer? I'm a friggin' pro starfisher.
Well, I've seen what you're working with, and I don't care how pro you are. The math isn't gonna math. It is not a happening thing. Nope. There's no way.
I make a decent income. I'm a friggin' boss bitch, and I'm pretty. So why wouldn't somebody want to marry me? Get a life.
Your Canadian passport.
Like, hasn't asked me for a dime. He has a job.
And you really don't know where that money you wired for the mansion went, right? You got no clue. No clue. Oh my God. I'm telling you, your name got thrown into a hat and they all hit the jackpot. Well, back then. Now, not so much.
Like, literally no, he wants me, if he was using me and needed my money, why doesn't he want me to, he doesn't want me to, why am I not doing live streams every day? Why
are you still doing live streams? You're over there. He's got a job, right? You don't need to be tortured by the assholes of the internet anymore. You can literally log off and live this beautiful Kuwaiti wife life. But no, you got a live stream. He tells you little longer. You lies. Remember, he even had you try to sell Beezer spray. What was the other shit? Unicity. Don't you love to go back in time and get a laugh? Like, for real. Yeah, she's talking about slaw. When she, oh my God, I still do that.
Why am I not making money then this way? Like, excuse me? No, that's not even true. Why does he want, like want me to go there for months at a time and not?
He don't. He just said that. He just said that. You're the one that won't leave.
I have to worry about friggin' working. You know, like, get a life. You don't know the situation. You don't know him at all.
Well, I'll tell you one thing we know. Am I wrong? Somebody likes the poo. Poop, poop, poopy, doop, doop. Poop, 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 poop.
The Kuwait dinar is the most valuable currency on the planet right now.
I know you're not going to want to hear this. It's the US dollar. Oh, bloop! That's why they hate us. Because even their oil is based on the US dollar. Girl, you need to crack a book. Don't you remember? Let's say you make 20 grand in Kuwait YouTube money, right? When you go over there, it's divided by 4, sweetheart. It's like 4.4 actually, so it's less than 5,000.
Right now. So if I want 45
Oh no, don't do the math. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Dinar, I think it's like 44 dinar.
Oh my God. You know what? No wonder why her mom just threw her arms in the air and said, just go, but I'm not driving you there.
I would need to spend like 200 Canadian. But good thing I don't have to worry.
Yeah, good thing I have to do YouTube anymore.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still gonna need some money, but it's just like, wow. Yeah, I know, but
Not if you're a Kuwaiti princess. You wouldn't need a dime. He will adorn you in gold and beautiful shimmery abayas and hijabs. Ma'am. Yeah, she's eating 4 packs of ramen noodles. Anyway, this is all just entertainment.
still, it's like, it's a rich, rich country.
There's the hose. There's the hose. That was her bathroom in the second place. Washer and dryer's like right here. And up here on the wall is the freaking, oh no, this was the one they shared with people. That's right. This was the, she made it look like it was their own personal one, but this is the one they shared with the whole like group of shacks. This is, yeah. Remember the kitchen? Remember the kitchen? Down here is a big propane tank, right? She had to like lean against the wall to cook on the stove. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up.
I didn't realize that. It's an oil country.
Yeah, but not for you guys. Only for the Kuwaitis.
It's not rich. No. But, yeah, pretty good.
He does so good. Yeah, it was a communal bathroom, right?
Can't say, but yes.
Bingo, Missy Moo. If Sal is searching for a partner outside of his own country, chances are he's not looking for a traditional wife.
Okay, Missy Moo, take a seat. Listen, you can't... Missy Moo would have said anything just to put a smile on your face. She's a little... She got about 100 birds chirping in her ear all day, like for real birds, real birds. Okay? We don't listen to a thing she says. Foodie's now got Teardrop to replace Missy Moo. Amen.
Exactly.
She
That's
always needs one of these people.
what pretty much, like he said, like if I'm looking for a traditional wife, you know, like it's...
I can only surmise why he couldn't land a traditional wife. I can only guess. He probably got... Never mind. Yeah, and all that was Foodie's fault. That guy was his friend for 20 years. 20-some years. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not going to cover the Allah and the Murad stuff. You can go find it. Now, after our precious, now this was in the second apartment, right? Very plain bedroom. She's sitting on the bed, right? She was letting us know that we were on a whole new glow up. Foodie was going to be the light. And she was going to change all of us here on YouTube by being the light.
This is why I really, really want to try hard no longer to rage against people, to say anything mean, to use my mouth, to use my heart, to do ugly in the world. I will not.
Oh, amen.
Not do that anymore. I
Okay.
have made that promise to myself.
Okay, and to God? Okay.
I took the Shahada, I made that promise to God.
That's right, you did. That is correct, darling. That is correct. You made that. I just wanted to remind you, a little mirroring here. I'm sure you're not going to like it.
Only try to spread good in the world. Like,
Right.
be the light,
Spread some good.
like for real. Like, I cannot say that enough. Never, never, never use your words to hurt someone else because you don't know what's going to happen to that person.
Right. So if we were to go over to here, and we just started tapping on, I don't know, 2 days ago.
On Slimer's deceased mother on my community tab. All right. And you're probably thinking, what piece of shit would post someone's deceased mother on their community tab, and why?
Yeah. Why would you? I just have so many questions. Why would you?
Well, I'm going to tell you why right now.
Okay.
I'm going
You were... Okay.
to remind you
Okay.
everything that this vile monster of a human being.
But don't we pray for people who are vile? Or do we just go right down to the level and spar with them? I'm so confused because you give a speech about how your soul has been cleansed, right? And you're going to be the light. So, what?
If you can call it that. Yes, I'm dehumanizing her like she dehumanizes me. I want to make it clear. I have no sympathy.
Okay.
I have no care.
Okay.
No empathy.
Okay.
I have nothing but black hatred.
Okay. I'm trying to balance this out in my head. I'm leaning on insanity, but I'm going to try not to.
Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone has different issues, but you can exacerbate those things. You can use your words for good or you can use them for bad. And words
Right. Right. You are correct.
hurt people.
So, what happened? You hurts people. Wait a minute. What?
Person. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone has different issues, but
Yeah.
you can exacerbate those things. You can use your words for good or you can use them for bad. And words hurt people.
Okay, so if you know somebody's grieving the loss of a parent, you couldn't reach into your, I don't know, good and just say, I ain't touching that. I'm not touching that. But what'd you do? And why?
For this person. And
Do you see the tone and voice changing? We go from like the light to Lucifer.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
And after I list off the
Okay.
facts
Facts.
And the reasons why,
Okay.
I want to ask you,
Okay.
really,
And I'm going to have questions for you, but go ahead.
how you cannot understand,
Okay.
after everything this vile person has done,
Okay.
that I would just sit back over and over like I've been doing for years and never losing my shit and giving it back.
Because you took the Shahada. That was easy. Are the questions going to get harder? Because you said right here.
God to only try to spread good in the world. Like, be the light, like, for real. Like, I cannot say that enough. Never, never, never use your words to hurt someone else, because you don't know what's going to happen to that person. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone has different issues, but...
So when you put up a picture of her mom, you knew what you were doing. You were trying to incite pain, because you said it. Rage, because you said it. That was your intention, right?
You can exacerbate those things. You can use your words for good, or you can use them for bad. And words hurt
Yeah, words do hurt.
people.
Yeah. So you did it on purpose, right? Is that what you're saying over here, Lucifer?
And when I do, you turn it around, play the victim. Well, let's get into it. And by the way, if doing this makes me a bad Muslim, then I'm a bad Muslim.
Yeah, it does. That was the easy one too.
Whatever.
I like being here because people don't do that to people here. Like, women would never, never, never cut each other down to the level of...
Oh yeah. Let's get into that in regular speed. Go on, girl. What would happen to you over there if you do that?
Trolling only goes so far before it becomes harassment. Well, yeah, and even trolling, like, honestly, I like being here because people don't do that to people here. Like, women would never, never, never cut each other down to the level I've seen. Like, having come from both parts of the world, having experienced both parts of the world, coming from the Western, coming here, it's a whole different culture. People do not insult they're not allowed to insult each other like that online. You'll be thrown in jail.
Thrown in jail. If women insulted each other online, they would be thrown in jail. That's fascinating. I didn't know that. I didn't even know you knew that. But go ahead. What? Let's get past this. Okay. What?
There, that's disgusting. All right. So that's disgusting.
So if you were upset that she posted that after you posted her mom's picture and called her worm food, that's what upset her. Not posting her mom's beautiful picture. Calling her worm food is what upset her. And you knew it would. That's why you used it. And you felt good inside, all tingly. Yeah, usually a devil does. But you went and reposted your family on your own video. So I really don't think you cared about that part. I think you used it, though.
Making fun of my mom, literally calling her a whore.
Yeah, she kind of doubled down on that last night, too. Listen, I think you should only be worrying about your salvation. So don't come off as a victim when you gave this speech.
You cannot, because it's harmful. It's harmful. That's why Islam is against harmful things like this, like haram. We have haram. Things are forbidden.
So it is haram, just like we said.
And for a reason, for your own good. And talking about people like this, cyberbullying, hurting people to that degree, like, I can't.
Go on.
On live, many times. Making fun of my aunt, calling her ugly, Uncle Phil, her name is Phyllis, calling her Uncle Phil. Posting her, my mom's face.
So why are you so obsessed with what she does? Shouldn't you be concerned with what you're doing? Right? She just gave this whole speech about how she's gonna be the light. And it's haram. And I could go to jail if I did that over here.
Like, we need to do better. It's disgusting. Like, just
What's we? You need to do better.
making fun of people for what? That's hate, targeting hate.
Yeah, so you, when you do this, you need to take off the hijab. Go back to being Chantal. Put on your zebra print bodycon dress and get all sassy. Wait till you get back to Canada to do it. But why do you do it there dressed like you are? Mm-mm-mm.
No problem though, right? But it's not okay just because your mother's dead. I don't really give a shit about you or your mother.
She don't give a shit if you give a shit.
Dead or alive.
You have become too entwined with her. Somebody's got to break this bond. Somebody. You're not making money off of it. So yours is truly evil. She can literally spar with you and make bank. So why wouldn't she? She literally feels nothing. You have connected yourself to her. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm a guessing woman. I like to speculate. It's because she injured you more than you injured her with the BBJ rescue. That will eat at you for the rest of your life. Because you thought you got her with the nodder thing, with the phone number. And you would always have some sort of superiority. But when she pulled off the BBJ rescue, OMG, it was heard around the world. Like, for real. It really was. That was the biggest injury you have ever felt in your life. And at times, I feel like you can't help but do this.
After what you've done and said to my family.
You don't care what she says about your family. You don't care. You've said worse to other people. Way worse. Cuba rage. I mean, that's a 4-hour example.
Being the better person today. I'm done being a good person to these people.
Then log off. If it's affecting your soul.
I'm done being the good person right now. Really ask yourself if you would be the better person. It's easy to say when you're not in my shoes.
Do you really have to have a mouthful of food? That's gross.
If this person was literally a parasite in your life. Parasites require a host to feed off of.
I think you've got it twisted. I'm starting to believe you're the parasite eating off of FFG. I really do.
This person makes fun of my looks, my body in the most disgusting ways.
You do the same. You are too entwined. You are literally feeding off her at this point. She's the host now.
Every day. Claims I ate myself to infertility.
But infertility, you're insulting the word infertility. Because that is something, women that are infertile means they never could have kids. Not somebody who had many opportunities and chose not to. I think you're insulting that word, to be honest, ma'am. I gotta go see the light for a minute. What, darling?
And the fact that YouTube allows that is just disgusting. The world.
Yeah, it really is disgusting. I think your channel should have come right down. Because you know what? We're tired of the fake Mariam. We're tired of the fake cosplay. We're tired of the disgusting things. And we know you're watching disgusting videos. You pretty much let it out with the whole FFG should go to Afghanistan and be stoned for saying a city in Iran. That tells me you watch these videos, and I can only guess what platform. It's that new platform you've been exposed for being on. You are watching these videos. You are actually watching these videos. So I don't know what you got going on over there, but you're definitely not going to mosques and praying on your rugs and being the light.
World is so toxic, and honestly, choose not to be toxic, and that's where it came from. I can either keep retorting and being negative and being...
Aww. Which one you gonna choose? Pick a frickin' lane.
Toxic and using my body that God has given me, my voice that God has given me, my spirit, my energy. I can use it to do bad, or I can use...
Like this? Like this?
Call my mom a whore, makes fun of my aunt, the people I love in my life. So yeah, fuck you and your dead mother. I don't give a shit.
Wow. What were you saying? I feel like it's Sybil.
Use it to be the light in the world. And you know what? I choose to be good. And at the end of the day, after I do my prayer and I do my work, and yeah, I have less money now, but you know what? I have a cleaner heart, and I...
Do ya? How clean's your heart, darling? Eat those fries.
I really don't have any sympathy for you. Considering that after she passed, you went live to talk more shit.
Oh, and by the way, YouTube, because this is going to tick Foodie off. She doesn't like mirroring. We're a reaction channel. We're actually criticizing content that was put on your platform. And even though she's deleted it, it still exists. And here's the proof. She's the one complaining that you allow this stuff on your platform. So we're actually reacting to it because we're shocked that you do allow this on your platform, to be honest.
Shit about me. You dehumanize me every day, you vile piece of crap. I have no...
So don't watch her. Don't watch her. Why don't you just be the light?
I can sleep good at night. So we need to treat people better. We need to...
Do we? Do we need to treat people better? Are you talking to us? Or were you just working it out in your head?
Keep this in mind before you say something about someone, before you...
Why don't you not worry about what we say? Why don't you worry about how you project yourself? Because you can't compare yourself with FFG and be the better person. You just can't. You constantly poke her and incite her because you need her energy because of the BBJ. Nobody's ever done that to you. And you will keep that revenge game going strong forever. That is one thing I can bet. Because all this little preachy thing you did, and then you turn around and did this?
No sympathy for you or your dead mother.
Whoa. Wow. Wow. I'm surprised her husband even allows her to do this. I mean, I remember when he kicked her leg for saying the word ass.
You bully them before your actions hurt someone. Think about the consequences of that. Let's
think about the consequences of your soul. I mean, it's not my walk, it's your walk, but I'm just listening to your words. I mean, we got all excited. We thought you were going to be the light. You were going to lead us all. You were going to lead us all down that light path. But you couldn't do it, could you? Yeah. Some of us had faith in you. Some of us actually watched you take that shahada, and we had a little bit of hope. But after this display, I don't.
This crazy bitch hid in a snowbank behind my house. She came to my fucking house.
Well, you gave your cat away to a stranger. You know what I mean? You didn't even go vet the house they were going to live in. Just passed her off through the door. Who does that? God. Who would even take that chance?
let's just do better. Like, you cannot deny, however, that this community, especially Gore World community.
Okay, right here is where I doubted you. You were almost trying to pretend like because you put on a hijab and an abaya and you took the shahada while it was filmed for content, not some private moment with God. It was you making content. I was like, huh, you thought you could sit on the edge of a bed and preach to girl world like you were some saved soul, right? It wasn't just for content, because for a moment there, I'm like, oh, girl, you got this. And then it's been nothing but these little passive-aggressive eating, and then you went big. You went big right here. Couldn't hold it in anymore.
To steal my cat.
Them calendar pictures are fucking great. Look at the nails, can ya? BB, look at her. She's being just a snack. That shit's funny. That shit's funny.
I was gonna rehome because she was afraid I would put her to sleep. At 21,
we all knew you were gonna put her to sleep. At 21 years old.
Year-old cat. After she put her 2 dogs to sleep. No sympathy for you. You deserve all the...
She's obsessed with FFG. And I mean, it is at a very unhealthy level. She is literally using FFG for her emotional needs. That is very unhealthy. And it's a nerk thing. No, I'm serious. Like, this could push her over the edge. Like, I'm not even playing.
All the heartache and pain.
I thought Nodder could. And actually, Nodder probably could have until the BBJ rescue. That trumped the emotional despair. Like Trump did.
You go through in life. And honestly, I hope you go through a lot. I don't give a fuck about you or your dead mother. You can both choke.
Whoa. Never mind.
There's like this community surrounding me that is just so toxic, and I honestly want
Then you should have logged off and lived happily ever after without having to prove it to us if it was real. That's what I would have done. Or I would have done the glow up. I would have changed. And I would have tried to bring light to this community. Like, if you were genuine.
nothing to do with it. But for some reason, people make me like the center of this. And anytime
No, you made yourself the center of it. You made yourself the center of everything. Even Kuwait. You made Salah lose his friends. You're over there cussing and swearing and acting like this. His family, how embarrassing.
I really don't care if you live or die. I don't even see you as human.
But when people say that about you, then you're a victim. People are wishing death on you when they say they really don't care. Because you're eating yourself into some serious, and if they fell in love with you, it would be heartbreaking. Because, you know, she just couldn't stop herself from eating. That's what you want. But what you're creating is where people will be like, we don't even care if her channel goes away at this point. Like, seriously, isn't that terrible? Like, I actually hit that point where I didn't even care if her channel was gone. I was like, well, FFG, if you've got a manager, then take care of business. Because this is just vile. It's ugly. This is my soap opera, and it's so ugly. So ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Really, really wish the worst for you in life.
To say anything mean, to use my mouth, to use my
heart, I'm just not gonna do it anymore.
If someone tries to react back or defend me in any way, this is what happens. They get targeted over and over and over. It's happened to every beezer. They even have their own thread on Kiwi Farms. Like being targeted and it's just horrifying. I just can't believe it.
Then log off. Save your beezers.
I know I'll be okay, but not everybody is like that. So that's why my thumbnail, if you're ever thinking of hurting yourself, if you're ever thinking of, I don't care if you think this is sincere or not, just listen to the message. Like, honestly, if you ever are thinking of hurting yourself, just like the numbers on the thumbnail, YouTube is guilty in allowing this to go on. Yep. Yeah. YouTube should not allow some of the things that go on in Gore World. I've never witnessed other reactions like Gore World. Yep.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Beezer, that just said that to her? I have never on YouTube or anywhere seen a woman who reverted to a Muslim wearing a hijab and an abaya in a Muslim country act like this on the internet. Ever. So, Beezers.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
They have the attitude that, well, it's a public platform. We can't control people. You can control what you allow on your platform.
Yeah, you could, YouTube. So why do you allow this? Oh, wait. Let's get past this hand over the heart. Why do you allow this?
I'm going lower.
I'm sorry for people who assume that I'm a good person. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a hateful piece of shit.
We know, Cuba Rage. We're well aware. And thank you for proving it 2 days ago. So if you think you're just gonna, oh yeah, she put up I forgot. She put up a new community post where it's one of those narcissistic apologies. See? Right? I want to properly explain now that I'm calm and emotional, my actions for the other day. And then she went right into, she did this, she did that, she's the reason, she's the cause. She called this person that. You have called so many disgusting things, Foodie. Like, if we even wrote them out, you would have an excuse for why you did people wrong. Even Dee Dee's mom. You didn't have a care in the world for an elderly woman in a nursing home. That's messed up, dude. So it doesn't matter what you keep trying to do. And look it, I'm being the light. Happy Halloween. Yeah, well, you shouldn't even be celebrating Halloween. But anyway, and then, here, come cook with me. It ain't gonna fly anymore, dude. It's not gonna fly anymore. This is the person we bet on when you went over to Kuwait. Like I said, quit embarrassing yourself and go home. You're embarrassing his family, his friends. You're the one. Quit talking about other people's religions to compare it to the the shahada that you took, the oath that you took. Whether anybody else goes to church, prays, it's really none of your business. Only person you're in control of is yourself. It all started with her turning her back on FFG when FFG reached out to be her friend, right? So it was like, ha, 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 her and not her. And FFG was angry, she was hurt, and then she went on to keep making a mockery out of her, right? The bandage on her head with the ponytail for Halloween and, the injury to the head. She kept pushing. And she was getting like some, I don't know, but the ultimate revenge was the BBJ rescue. And I'm tired. I mean, I'm telling you right now, that was the biggest bloop. That was the ultimate revenge. Besides, FFG possibly in the behind scenes losing a ton of weight and getting the inside cackle every time, Foodie. Show your face, show your chin, show your big gun. I'm gonna tell you. You think you've seen it yet? No. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there's a mirror, Foodie. You keep saying, well, I'm not perfect. But when do your words matter? Like you literally just said in that whole thing how you took the shahada, you feel the light, you're going to become the light. I'm not perfect, but you don't have to turn the camera on. You have a husband to vent to. You have a mosque you can go to. There is a way to get your point across without having to be vile and evil. Evil lives inside you. That's a fact. At this point, I'm thinking, do they do exorcisms over there? God. Oh my God. Eek. I mean, the people that are not miserable don't act that way. Yeah, that's the truth. She definitely hates her life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't be more obvious. She stalked Frenchie, went and parked at a motel. Oh, I know. All of it. And then when Frenchie was like, right over there's the orange julep, right in her own city, in Montreal, where Foodie used to drive. Do you guys want to go to the orange julep? You want to go to the orange julep? Knowing it was in FFG city. Then she sat, one time she got some fast food and sat outside a motel and talked about how she thought that's where FFG lived. I mean, this shit, you can't just say she did this when you started it. You started it with the phone number. You have never, ever truly been accountable for that. You have never, it was an accident, I offered to pay for it. That wasn't the point. The point was she actually reached out to you to warn you about an abuser like girls do. We know you're not a girl's girl, but she didn't know that. So you started this fireball and you still keep poking. I'm telling you right now. Someone's got to be a hero, Foodie. We know it ain't going to be you, and we know FFG ain't backing down, so it is what it is. I know. She was constantly going there. She even did a fashion show there. Chantal told Niner, FFG told everyone about her past when it was really her. Yeah, it was Foodie. So that's how all this started, if you want to know the truth. The actual anger and hatred FFG has for Foodie, that's how it started. FFG's doubling down. Buckle up. Yep. Yep. You took her grief, which is dirty. That's dirty. That's dirty. And you know what's funny to me? Here's the funniest part about a foodie. First of all, she didn't take a shahada. She didn't do a video about being the light, not using her words to hurt people. She didn't do all that. You did. You're the one that backtracked that, right? She didn't do any of that. You can't even compare her. Do you see a video out there where she says, you know what? I'm not going to let this woman be my cancer. You know what she said? I'm going to let this woman buy me a new house for what she's doing to me. Now that's funny. I'm telling you, you just don't see what's going on. And every time you try to go low, she's one step closer to that house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One step closer, girl. Why would... Yo, mama, he's in here. God bless him. Why FFG scared of Dee Dee? Dee Dee said she wants to meet up with FFG this week. I don't think FFG would be afraid of Dee Dee, gotta be honest with you. I think she just has no interest. Like, Dee Dee is trying everything for God only knows what. I mean, think about it. You got a grown-ass man in your house. He ain't doing shit. His channel's crap. 3 people watching him now. Like, she might want... Yeah, she might be attracted to Dee Dee now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she, missing the ladies. I don't think Dee Dee is more vile, but I think Dee Dee... I mean, I really believe that relationship between the 3 of them, Chantal, Dee Dee, and Nader, went on way more than you guys think. Like, honest to God, I do believe that was the 3 of them for quite a while. She drove there 3 to 4 times a week. But I wouldn't even want to meet with Dee Dee. Why? What would be the point? You think I'd be afraid of Dee Dee if I didn't want to meet with her? Like, do you have to be afraid to not meet with her? Maybe you have no interest in her. Maybe she just disgusts you. Like, for real. You gonna go meet garlic bread somewhere? I want that filmed. Yo, mama, I was actually watching your live streams. I've been watching, 2 of your live streams. The whole, wow. A long time ago, it was GP. I remember watching him when he reached out to Katie. I remember that. And so I watched that little thing you did, and I was like, oh my God. It's just crazy, the stuff that happens and you find out about on YouTube. Foodie Beauty thinks it would be nice to be in jail. I don't even know who you are, Dr. Scrimp, telling me you're out because your mama's in here. He's in here all the time. You knew? Yo, mama, I'm out. Bye. Never even seen your name in here. God. Oh, God. That's somebody who has feelings on YouTube. Can you imagine? If you go meet garlic bread, please teach him how to say breakfast. What does he say? I don't like... Okay, like, everybody loves Karina Kaboom. Great, yay. I don't like watching where they just narrate. I don't like that. I actually lose interest is what happens. I have to see visuals. I have to see the videos. I have to be like, whoa, kind of shit. Everybody's like, bye. Brex fast. Really? Is that like, is he Irish or something? Is that an Irish thing? Yeah, but I just don't like just narration. I have to see videos. Where do you think they will travel? Yeah. Well, you know, her visa's coming up in probably like 6 weeks. Beginning of December. So like 6 weeks. Oh yeah, FFG's playing a long game. Why wouldn't she? She could buy a house. I mean, have a goal. Right? You're like, oh, okay. Throw me in the ring. How much I getting paid? Look how many people jumped in the ring with Tyson. Knowing, I mean, I don't know what you would have to pay somebody. And we're not talking Holyfield, we're talking the rest, right? They were out in 60 seconds. Everybody chipped in for the pay-per-view. You got a house full of people. And you know, you're literally watching the girl fights and then the, you know, Butterbean. And then you're going to get to the main event. It's going to be 60 seconds of your life. But that 60 seconds, the room just stared at the TV, right? Because you can't miss that. It's like 2 hits, you're out. But how much did they get paid to go in the ring? I don't watch Kaya, Yo Mama. I just don't. No. I just don't. I told you, I can't even be interested. I know that everything piques your interest, but I draw lines. I have boundaries. Hi, Logical Lolly. I've been thinking about this for so long that Foodie Beauty really started it when FFG just tried to warn her. Oh, absolutely. And no, well, Foodie thinks there's no ramifications, but you know what her ramifications are? She has about 50 reaction channels that are absolutely disgusted by all the things she's been willing to spill about her family. She used to slander Shannon before we even knew who she was. She didn't even have a channel. She's just that childhood friend she could talk about. And then that Kathy girl, she'd had enough. She went over to the Kiwi Farms and spilled her guts, right? People have enough. Aisha. She screwed Aisha over somehow. I guess they couldn't use her, so they got rid of her. And she came back with a vengeance, right? And now she's just going to go legal. She's smart. She ain't going to spar on the internet. She's going legal. That is the smartest move you could ever make. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she ain't going to say a word. Trust and believe. She took it out on FFG for sure, which is where I think this all came from. If she wasn't sparring with Salah, she was sparring that whole Aisha and a lawyer thing, right? You don't tell a narc to shut up. Oh my God, they're going to take it out on someone else. You're going to be the next target. But anyway, that's where I think that all came from. Absolutely. And she used to tell private stories about Shannon's personal life. This friend I had, this friend of mine, we didn't even know who she was. And then as soon as Shannon came on the scene, started a channel, those Beezers and her little behind the scene people, they searched that woman down, found her husband, put a joke on Facebook, and they smeared him. And she disappeared. I mean, OMG, social justice warriors. Do you know how much shit Foodie Beauty's done on this platform? Do you know how much racist stuff she said? Do you know how many tragic events she's made a mockery out of? And you know what? God bless you, Shannon, but I wouldn't have left. I'd have doubled down. I'd have been building a studio, and I would have set it up because you got a whole lot of information. I wouldn't have gave it away for free. I'd have been like, everybody join. We about to throw down. That's what I would have done. Everybody's like, come back, Shannon. And Yo Mama, you were right in on that. Grown-ass man. And you over there shaking your finger at Hannibal. You done threatened to beat Shannon up. Get out of here. Right? That was wrong. You have toned it down some, though. But you don't apologize. Her husband has nothing to do with her. Just like if somebody in your life did something bad, nobody's going to be like, yo, mama, you know that person. Yeah, bring back Shannon. Bring back Shannon. She cracks me up. That girl, you know what? You can tell she's a badass. Yeah, well, and that's the sad part. Foodie Beauty knows her weaknesses. She knows her weaknesses, and she would use them against her. Whatever would buckle her knees, she would use it. She would. And Shannon was smart to say, you know what? She's not worth my time. But you could have bought a house, maybe. I'm just saying, hey, you know what I mean? I mean, if girl world is so crazy, make it crazier. Why not? We're just here to watch. We're just sitting here willing to watch whatever the hell. Foodie Beauty can be so vile and go so low and then turn around. Oh, it was my mentals. That's what Shani did. Even the fact that her kids were removed from her own house, Shani still played the victim. Those kids were malnourished. That is neglect. That's abuse. And the cat thing, you should have been canceled right after that. That should have been the end, Foodie. Doctor's like, you know, bring her back. She may have a kidney infection. You know how painful that would have been? And you just didn't? Why would I take her to the vet again? What? Now I gotta pay for meds? Yeah, you drive yourself to the hospital and get on antibiotics every time you played around over at Notter's. Get out of here. Well, that's the thing. They just don't feel that they ever do wrong enough. You getting Panera, Mr. Quinn? Nice. Can't wait for summer. We get to have that cherry chicken or the strawberry chicken salad again. That's just nuts. Well, of course not, Joanna. FFG's not the only one. Like, there are people out there that just put it out there. And you do what you want with it. Because we don't have like this dog in the race. FFG's got a dog in the race. Like, why don't compare all reaction channels to each other? These two lived in the same country. They lived an hour and a half away. FFG tried to reach out to her. And Foodie hates women. My God. She is not a girl's girl, right? You know, girls be reaching out going, typing away, right? This dude, I want you to see this before you date him. And then she goes and tells him what FFG said, gives him her phone number, and there is no Google numbers in Canada. That was her actual phone number. Literally gave it to him. Oh my God. And that's where it began. He threatened her life. So I don't want anybody rewriting it. That's where it started. And there it is. Well, yeah, most of them diagnose themselves because they don't want to go in. And if they can't manipulate a therapist, they have no interest in therapy. She'd have to go to, what's that one place called? Horizons? Drop her off at a ranch, right? Don't even let her out of there until, you know what I mean? She would do anything for a man. Yeah. Even leave her family. So if you think anything's near and dear to her, we just watched her give it all up. So I don't have any hope for any sort of being the light. She's always incognito within herself. It's so strange. She's never honest. No, they're always reinventing themselves. Like if people do something bad, all you gotta do is come on here, and you just say, you know what? Here's what I did. It is what it is. You know, it was a bajillion years ago. You know, like, that's all you gotta do. But Foodie will never do that. It is all y'all's fault. I wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for you. She even blamed her mother a long time ago on the reason she's obese. Okay. She literally put that out on the YouTubes. She said her father had nothing to do with her. Now all of a sudden her dad named her. I'm telling you, they can't remember the lies, so then they just rewrite the story. And do I believe when she rages that she's actually, like having a mental breakdown? No, because she keeps doing it and she doesn't log off for any time off for mental health. I believe that it didn't get her what she wanted, or she went too far and she's afraid of losing her YouTube channel. That's what I believe. I really don't think she even deleted the apology, right? Yeah. I just seen another person get interviewed and she got busted out for having a bunch of GoFundMes, right? So somebody interviewed her, like, let's just get it out there. But all her, instead of addressing it, apologizing, explaining it, and moving on, it went into a whole, you, this, that. I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying? And then that makes you just look like you have no empathy, or you just have no, you just don't care. Just say it then. Just be like, I don't give a fuck, like that. That's it. Just be honest. I can't stand all that. Ugh. And I was just watching Yo Mama interviewing, watching the interview. Weren't you watching the interview of Hannibal? And all that came out. And I'm like, you just never know what people are capable of behind the scenes. So when Nader was threatening FFG's life, and Foodie didn't care, that's fucked up. But everybody's supposed to be sympathetic that he was her abuser. See? I don't even play like that. If you're gonna call people out, Yo Mama, you know what I mean? Doing terrible things, stuff like that, you gotta stick to it. You just gotta stick to it. You can't just, play games. She should know his family. Oh, I know. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. Well, I don't call Foodie abusive. I call her emotionally unstable. And when she's mad, if she would just quit filming it, when she's mad, there's only, she only has these certain, we watched it. She ate, that didn't do it. Shisha, that didn't do it. Got herself a coffee, that didn't do it. And live streamed. It's like, she cannot. I mean, if you live in a chaotic world, right? Your emotions are going to be chaotic. And nothing was calming her down. But she's been like this since she was a teen. The stories are out there. You can go watch Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom does a really good job. I mean, I know you guys are like Mr. Snowflake and I love Knock Knock It's Karma, but Turkey Tom did a really good job of putting together all her behavior as a teen. And if you look at her behavior now at 40, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's just 25 years later. Because she never evolved. I don't know. Yeah, Turkey Tom did a really good job. That's a really good documentary. Well, yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of people in this world that she's not the only one that had daddy issues or a young mom. Do you know what I'm saying? She's not the only one. Believe me, okay? You go to therapy and you work through that stuff before you choose drugs or food. You go get therapy. And you work through it because you want to. You want to be a better person. But if you want to be a victim for the rest of your life, they never will. They will continue to be on the internet trauma dumping and using people for their emotional needs. And that is abuse. She sure isn't. People have seen far worse than her and aren't as evil. This is true. She hasn't gone through what a lot of children have gone through. And if she had, she would be in group meetings with them, relating with them, instead of on the internet blaming the world for her outbursts, her vile behavior. And it's an evil kind, like the 9/11 thing, the pumped up kicks. Like, that's evil stuff. Calling somebody's deceased mother worm food. Like, that goes to an evil level. That's not throwing tomatoes. There is no excuse for that. There's none. Absolutely none. I had a young mom and a father who never showed up when he said he would. It happens. But children have a way of turning it on themselves that they're at fault because they don't even have a mother that probably like says, no, it's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault. Don't internalize that. Right? He don't deserve you. If you don't have a mom doing that, you will internalize it. But you start experimenting with drugs and, you know, not getting help, it's going to mess you up as an adult. She's been called out. She likes it. She loves this because it gives her an excuse to be vile. FFG's energy is her excuse to be vile. You know what it was before then? Charlie Gold, Zachary Michael, Michael B. Petty. There's always a new one that fits the shoe for her. Always. FFG isn't her first target to rage on the internet. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, people that are suffering from diabetes resent her. People who love cats resent her. She don't care if you resent her. It's energy. It's not real feelings. It's a energy force. And YouTube eventually will do something. She thinks that if she privates or deletes them, that YouTube's not going to do anything. And eventually they will. What they're going to do is they're going to wait till you've built up enough of that. And she knows it. Why do you think she just goes back to, oh, happy Halloween. Oh, look at this. Oh, let's go see camels today. We're going to plan a trip. Why do you think she keeps doing that in between? You would have to have us quite a few of those lined up for them to say this is a problem. But I think, you know, she's got it timed out. She's been doing this enough years, right? Where she could just explode once a month and then just, you know, delete. But she watching you. She watching you hard. Yeah, she gets a relief when Sla don't want to hear about it. Pete's didn't want to hear about it. Because people in her life were probably like, well, then just don't watch it. Like common sense would tell you. And then she'd be like, you're not defending me. You need to be in my chat defending me. That's how she used to do that with Pete's too. Remember Pete's would do a live stream and she'd be watching Pete's live stream, reading the chat. And she would like go in his room. Like remember when people were asking him about, did Foodie really pee behind the dumpsters? And he'd be like, oh yeah. Then she'd show up. Hi, do you have a charger cord? This is what she does. She's always watching. Bet me. And so she has Salah be her Pete's. He's got to be in the chat defending her. Well, Pete's had his own live streams, right? Well, when she's in Salah's live streams, it's all about her. Read the chat. She's in there with her wrench and everything's about her. Not about the game he's playing, not about his channel. It's about her in the chat. And then with Pete's, she would be texting him on his phone while he was live on his computer, telling him what he's not allowed to talk about. I can't help myself. I can't tell her no. Well, Pete, I'm going to tell you why. Because you were her first. And I don't know what she did to rock your world. Please don't let me picture it. But you're hook, line, and sinker. Still to this day. He even told stories. How she put him bankrupt. And never paid him back. Barely paid him back, he said. This is like just a trail of people. And oh, boo-hoo. Well, she's got all new beezers. If you watch back even 4 years ago or 3 years ago when she started doing live streams, listen to her hollering out to the people in the car, in her chat, in the villa, to her chat. None of these names are repeats. So 3 years ago, then you go to 2 years ago. None of those people sound familiar. Then to even this year, who are these people? That's called rotating. She loves that. She likes to create a new identity. Every time she gets a new set of beezers. And they'll keep coming. They'll leave, they'll come, and new ones will come. Welcome to YouTube. Yeah, well, FFG's her flavor because she loves that energy, man. She can't believe, even Charlie Gold, when she would come after Foodie, it was with intelligence, you could say. Same with Michael B. Petty. She was always trying to find Michael B. Petty's button, right? Charlie Gold, she even pulled, Charlie Cole, right? Just to get everybody worked up. This has been going on forever. There's nothing new. But the one thing with FFG rescued BBJ. That's why it's so intense, because it was the biggest embarrassment on this platform. Even though she keeps trying to rewrite it, it is always going to be the biggest injury so far. It was not her. And then FFG, she upped that game. Well, and that was it. I always said one of these days she's going to meet somebody that just don't play. She met her. And this is the long game. So anyway, I was just, letting her see that she basically told us when she took the Shahada that she was going to be the light now. And she was never going to use her words to hurt people because it is illegal in Kuwait and you could be put in jail. Your words, not mine. Yeah. Wow. So anyway, you can't make this shit up. It is what it is. And I don't care, who's team, this one and that one. I'm watching it as a soap opera. And in the end, whose channel's coming down? Because that's probably the only way this thing's going to end. Holy shit. And it still won't end. If FFG's channel comes down, she'll be on another platform. Still dragging her ass. I just said, you guys think that this raises Foodie's blood pressure? No, it releases dopamine. Do you think it raises FFG's blood pressure? I don't know yet. I don't think it's dopamine for FFG. I think it's Scorpio heat. That's why she got that VPN that can't trace her back to Kuwait. Yeah, because most scammers have VPNs. She never had one in Canada, but she done learned to have one in Kuwait. Yeah, the soap opera's never gonna end. I just don't want you guys to be affected by it. I don't want this to trigger any of you. I know people have been triggered when she has made a mockery out of DV, when she has made a mockery now out of somebody losing their mom, out of diabetes, out of so much stuff. She only does it to keep herself relevant. You have to talk about her or her channel will flush itself. It's already flushing. I think I've become numb to Foodie's vile. Right. I'm actually like, oh man, look at that rabbit she pulled out of the hat. That's a first. Right? That's a first. That's pretty much all it does for me. I just want you guys to know she's always been this way. If we have to go all the way back to the crap she say about Zachary Michael trying to take his channel down, Michael B, she called him Michael B Sweaty, trying to take his channel down, Charlie Gold. This is a trail. She finds somebody new when she's exhausted her energy from the others. Like when they finally just say, I ain't bothering with her no more. I'm just going to ignore her. She finds someone new. FFG's not that girl. She's not that girl. She's like, I will make as much money as I can to buy myself a house off of your rage at me. Hey, I'm telling you, the shit Chantel does is hurtful. Only if you let it hurt you. You would have to care for it to hurt you. And if it does, don't watch her. Like, I'm being honest. For your mental health, do not watch her. Stay as far away from her as you can. There are 200 million channels on YouTube. Even though Foodie thinks she's in the top 10. There is 29,000 channels with 1 million subscribers. 29,000. So you think, do you know how many? Oh God, I can't remember. How many? I can't remember how many million channels have 100,000 subscribers. 100,000. And the whole gig with the partnership with YouTube, let me tell you how it works. Okay, doke. PewDiePie has 107 million subscribers. He can call anybody at YouTube anytime he wants. That is called not a manager. That is called a partner representative. Two totally different things. YouTube managers, you don't get to call and complain, and you have to go through all the process like everybody else. All they do is help you build your channel more and give you suggestions. They don't give a fuck who you're fighting with. They don't care who's against terms of service. None of it. You got to long form that shit. It just is what it is. The only time you get to make a phone call is if you, like Eugenia Cooney, you're copyrighted by a lawyer, your channel, your brand, your name. Then your lawyer can actually reach out to YouTube and get things taken care of. Eugenia does it all the time. You have to get permission to even review her video because she is a copyrighted brand. The end. Because she's going to make her money and you ain't reacting to her. She will take your money if you react to her. Smart move, right? And the other thing is, these 100,000 subs, they just start, or if you start making some money, okay? There are people that make them millions a month. Millions. And the thing is it's the ads. That's what YouTube's interested in. The ads, not your super chats. They don't give a shit. It puts you in the algorithm, the ads. You should be running ads if you're monetized. Because that's what makes you a partner. Like for real. Because that's the revenue in their mind. That's where all the charts come from. And your algorithm. But they want you to make them more money. So they will assign you a manager to do better. And it's kind of like this. How do I put it? It's not like it's not the partnership representative. That's like cell phone numbers are exchanged, you know what I mean? And like you can call them. And PewDiePie's done it. And so has, what was the other guy's name? I cannot remember his name. He showed us because there was some stuff going on. And he literally picked up the phone and talked to his representative. Like, hello, what can we do for you? Like, right? Because he had like 7 million. He was up there. He was above Roman at whatever his name, Atwood, whatever. Anyway, that's where you get a representative. They are not messing around with 29,000 channels at 100,000 subs, where every time you have a gripe, they're going to answer the phone. Never going to happen. Now, if you get yourself a lawyer and you copyright, your lawyer will deal with all of it. And that's what I would do. If you want to be a brand, when you hit 100,000 subs, that's when they notice you. For real. But it's just to give you these YouTube managers that All they do is just give you suggestions. And you can email them. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. This is my chair going, It sounds like my gurgling gut. But yeah, I know how it works. Actually, it was whatever his name was. He's the one that explained it all. Same with Facebook, TikTok. It's the money. Well, but if you come in like NBC News, right from the jump, you're a totally different entity than us housewives, barking on the internet. They don't care. I don't care how important you think you are. When you look at the 200 million channels on YouTube, we are a grain of sand on the freaking whole coastline of California. A grain of sand, each one of us. So no, that's not how it works. These YouTube managers, no. They're like generic. It's like a promotion team. That's all they are. They don't care. And it takes a long time, and it takes repetition of hateful behavior to take a channel down. Unless you do something really bad, it will be one night. One night. And it's over. Lights out. Like the whole Omegle thing, that's why Foodie got taken down one night. There was no warning, strike. No. Lights out. They gave her another chance, and she's abusing that. And don't think they don't have a record of terminating her channel once. They do. So she is skating on thin ice. And she is more noticeable to YouTube than the rest of us, because she's already been terminated once. And she probably made all these promises to do better. And she's the one skating on thin ice, just saying. Stupid. Molly Golightly was taken down because what she did that night took her down. I'm not going to say what it was, but everybody's seen it. I'm pretty much hooked at this point. Yeah, it's a soap opera. Come on now. You're the only one who talks sense on the YouTube. No, I don't. I watch many people that talk sense. I love listening to people who are not doing performance art. I like to listen to people who can make you laugh, but they're being critical without trying to sway people. Like, they use the information they're given, and you can make up your own mind. Like, when I do this, I'm trying to get Foodie's attention, even though I'm wasting my time. It's still like this humanitarian thing I've got. I don't even know. I don't even care anymore. But shit, we got to have a laugh at it, or it'll make you angry. Nobody wants to be angry. This shit's funny. She knows what she's doing. She ain't a victim. Haha, right? What the hell? We know she ain't bright either. So sometimes I think I'm appealing to her dumbness. Like, come on, girl. It's like when you don't want people to be made fun of if they're really dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you have some compassion there. But get off the YouTubes and stop. Just stop it. But then when she goes viral, you're like, you're not dumb. Well, you are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you are purposeful. Chantel erased your comment. She must not like her new name. Oh, you put in Miriam. Or Devil Wears a Hijab. Oh, that's what you did. Okay. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm going to keep watching it. It's my soap opera. Did you guys see Shani pretending like she's single? Do you want me to cover that tomorrow? Because I really don't give a fuck about watching Foodie make rice again with that nasty meat sauce. Now we're doing spaghetti meat sauce on rice. I just can't. There's times I just got to tap out of her bullshit. I just can't. But this Shani thing, now listen, I'm going to rewrite her name a different way, because every time I put it in the title, YouTube don't like it. You want me to? Okay. We gotta make up our own mind. We gotta make up our own mind. But it's gonna be funny. That's a fact. Because I was like, girl, no you didn't. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing that, you're gonna do that. Why are you putting an NBC? What does that even mean? I love that name, Devil in a Hijab. I would have put devil in a leopard dress. Shawnee's definitely full of it. Come on now. Of course, she was definitely like on some medication. Let's be honest. What the hell time is it? Is it dark out or some shit? Oh, it's only 6:30. Okay. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. That would be fun. I want to cover that. I want to cover that and see what you guys think. I'm going to even play, like, right before all this happened, I'm just playing parts of it, how her and Rev were hanging out. They were doing a live stream. They were, she was eating, of course, way too much food. She only let him have 2 jalapeno poppers. And then she brought that stuff. When he went, oh, that's so good. Can I have another one? She's like, sure. She gives it to him, right? Then he goes for another one. Or he starts talking. She told him, oh, here, take the mouse. You work the computer. Then she slid the container into her lap. I'm like, no, you didn't. You literally don't want him to eat. And she still had a pizza and a piece of chocolate cake to eat. What do I think Foodie's game is? To stay relevant any way possible. And when she's frustrated, depressed, and, you know, not in control, she goes live and pokes at people because she wants you to be angry with her. That ain't gonna work for me. That's why she don't fuck with me. Because she knows I don't give a shit. I think it's stupid. I think she needs to grow up. I think she needs some inpatient. She needs to log off. And that's just facts. Don't be crying to us. Log off. Go to the hospital. Get your health right. Log off. Go to some clinic. Log off. Go to inpatient therapy. I don't want to hear about your mentals. Just log off. Your man's got a job. He's making bank money. What's the problem here? Doing all that fake shit like rent a treadmill from the rent-a-center. It's stupid. Of course she's live. She always goes live when I'm live. She don't want her beezers knowing the truth. But anyway, oh, trust me, she's just gonna be, you know, oh, none of that happened. I don't know what anybody's talking about. That's so stupid. Did you see Rev Joker look? Yeah, he looked whack. Whack. What's happened with Rev? Why all of a sudden is he a nut job? Thank you, Megan. Why is all of a sudden he's a nut job? Acting just, he's on medication. He went to a freaking inpatient. He came out worse than he went in, unless she's taking his pills. Jesus, Pete, these people that come on the YouTube. And I got to be honest, when I look at Shani and Foodie, I see one case study. Both of them. One case study. There ain't a thing. There ain't a thing that is different between them when it comes to the games. The head games are the same. In fact, I think they mirror off each other. Oh, good one, Shani. Oh, good one, Foodie. I'll try that next week. There's a lot of people out there that get taken advantage of with their feelings. And that's why I'm trying to teach y'all. Don't you let them steal your feelings. They don't deserve it. Give it to people that deserve it. Clowns on the internet. Stop. I don't know, but we're going to cover it tomorrow, Tucker. I think that's going to be a good time. I don't give a shit about Foodie right now. Like, just let her go, blow off steam, smoke a carton of shisha cigarettes. I don't even care right now. It's becoming repetitive and stupid. She's never going to change. She is who she is. And as long as she stays relevant, that's all she cares about. I get you, but what's with the Halloween stuff? You know, I was crying my eyes out today. I see my 2-year-old granddaughter in her little Halloween costume, standing in, alone, in the hospital room, with the pump and all the tubing, playing with one little toy. And it broke me. Life's just not fair. That broke me. I want to take this away. God dang. You know, I used to watch the St. Jude stuff and just bawl my eyes out. And here I am. Like, that's just wrong. But all we need is your prayers, okay? It's going to be a long road. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to pray for all children. All children fighting leukemia, please. Pray for them all. That is just the saddest thing in life. I hope she'll be home for Christmas or something. But remission is like, dude, we're talking 2 years away. This is not, this is not, we're talking like 2 years. That's what these kids go through. They go through lumbar punctures. They go through oral chemo. They go through infused chemo. It isn't like adult. What it is you're changing what your body is producing. You're changing it. I never knew anything about it until I read all about it and learned everything. It is a long battle. But in the end, they have created miracles. It's the battle that is just so heartbreaking. I mean, can you imagine? What is the clear? 5 to 7 years if they stay in remission. So by the time she's done, she will be 7 years old. 7. Oh my God. Thank you. Well, pray for all children going through leukemia. I didn't even know what a horrible, lonely, isolating, brutal thing this is. 5 years. Yeah, she'll be 7. But I want you to pray for all children going through leukemia. And yes, please donate to St. Jude. Please do. All right, guys, you all have a wonderful Sunday. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for keeping my mind off of today. I love you.